and welcome to NSFG.
This is our 2016 BBC School Report with me, Millie.
And me, Emily.
Coming up on today's report,
A review of our new college system,
the proposed Thames crossing, our new school farm,
some football news,
and the weather. In June, NSFG moved away from 6 communities to create 5 colleges. All students were placed in a new college based in part of the school. Colleges are made up of base groups from every year, and colleges compete in various competitions throughout the year to try to win the College Cup.
Let's hand over to Maddie, Emily, Chloe and Cara, who interviewed Mr Norwood, Mr Taylor and some of the Year 11 head girls.
We're here today to talk to Mr Norwood about the college system in school.
How do you feel the college system is going?
I have to say I've been really pleased with the college system. Something that's very important to me is I want to really develop a community in the school where everyone feels they belong and they're excited to come to school and they feel part of that community. And that's something that I think is really developing in our school through the college system. Another area that I have been very pleased with is the competition between the colleges. I think it's great when students want to be the best, they want to make their college the best, and I feel that's been developing very, very well.
How do you feel that the students are finding the system?
Well, if anything, I want to ask you that, but I would say the students are feeling more of a sense of belonging, and certainly when I speak to them around the school, they appreciate that sense of belonging. They feel it's like there's a bit more purpose, and one of the things I've really enjoyed is when I speak to the students and they feel they have more of a say in the school, and they feel that actually through the colleges and through things like prefects and the head girls and the other positions we have, there's a bit more of a say in how we're moving forward, and I'm very pleased with what they're saying about that.
Is there any improvements that could be made?
Well, I think what I want to do as a big next change is to make sure that all of our colleges are really pushing on helping you to achieve. So helping you to get the really best grades and making sure that within the colleges, your ESL and your base leader and your college leaders are doing everything they can for you to be challenged in school and achieving really high grades. But the other area which we're moving into, and is going to move even more next year, is the whole concept of leadership. So one of the things that I'm very much looking forward to is we want you all not to just go into work, but actually to be the leaders of the future. And we're trying to make sure there is as many ways as possible for you to take an element of leadership in the school. So leading in something, making some change in some way. And next year we really want to look into that whole concept and make sure as many of you not only have leadership roles, but actually also start to understand what leadership means and how you can be really good leaders in whatever you do. And that's going to be our next big exciting development.
Which colleges do you think are doing particularly well at the moment?
Oh, I can't possibly comment on that other than to say go and have a look at the leaderboard. I think that will show you. But I think what's been really interesting is each of the different colleges have developed their own little flavours or characters, and some colleges are better in some areas and some in others.
Yeah.
But I couldn't possibly comment on the best.
We're here interviewing Mr Taylor, the Irish college leader.
How do you feel about the college system?
I very much enjoy it. I'm very proud to be part of Irish College and to see lots of different students every day with lots of things. Sometimes there are some difficulties, sometimes there are some things we celebrate, but yeah, I very much enjoy it. It's a brand new thing for me in terms of working in the school, having this sort of role.
Are you aware of how it works? And if you are, can you please explain?
I do, yeah. So I'm very lucky. I've got work closely with Miss Potter, who is the ESL, and she is a brilliant ESL in terms of being able to pick up students for attendance and dealing with sort of behavioural issues and sorting out sort of issues and problems. And in terms of my role as well, I am sort of more responsible for students in terms from an academic perspective. So I line manage English and history and MFL, and then obviously there's students within Iris who've got concerns, issues in terms of academic and their subjects, and I'll be there to sort of help them out and try and support things. There's lots of other things as well, but I won't go into them.
Are you updated with the results regularly?
Results for?
Like the attendance and the Vivo?
Yeah, but I will also keep an eye on them as well. So again, Mrs Potter and myself will keep an eye on the results. I can show you something very exciting on my computer and my Sims actual homepage. You should be able to see that. That's Iris attendance for the day, for the week, overall as well. And I'm very proud to say that we are gradually going up. We've had a very good term as well. Not totally sure. So hopefully some of the things we've been trying out are having an impact. But yeah, so I'll keep an eye on that. I also have the on Sims any sort of behavioural issues, tells me about behavioural issues, etc. as well, so we can try and pick things up nice and quickly, and then we get sent lots of information as well.
How would you find out how well or bad your college is doing?
In terms of what?
Like attendance fees.
Oh well, again, I can see in terms of my the attendance figures I get, and sometimes in terms of just how things are going within the college and how people are getting on. You get a sense like walking around, and you know if things are, if you're having a difficult day or not.
Are you confident in your college?
Yes, I am confident in my college. Is there a second part to that question, or? No, yeah, I'm very confident in my college. I'm very proud of my college as well.
We're here with Miss Samani, a teacher within Athena College.
Do you feel it's easier to connect with your college?
Yes, we do talk to each other quite a lot more, and I feel like we're much more of a community now that we're in a college.
Are you happy being in your college?
Yes, I think it is the best one by far. It's the most creative, obviously, and it's the most exciting one.
Do you think there is too much competitiveness?
No, I think there should be more. I think we should all try and get lots and lots of points for our college and have lots of events that make us better than anyone else.
Is there room for any improvement?
I think it would be nice to have more events that put us together more. I also think it would be nice to get together as a group.
Yeah.
You know, more regularly, apart from assembly, you know, so that we can all communicate with each other more.
Okay.
How well do you think you represent your college?
I think the art department and the rest of the creative people within Athena represent the college really well. I think they get really involved in events like World Book Day, Sports Day. We all try really hard and we're quite enthusiastic about events.
Thank you.
We interviewed some of the head girls and we asked them how do they feel about the college system, and they said they liked it because they feel they can connect more with teachers and feel more of a unity between students and teachers.
On the other hand, they also feel that they are disconnected from their friendship groups, and being against their friends is a problem. They think that there should be improvements which are being able to approach the head and having year groups as colleges. As part of their roles, they get valued in charity events, helping out at parents' evening, helping with meetings and things around the school such as Challenge Week.
So, looking at the current College Cup positions.
In 5th place with 37 points is Iris.
In joint 3rd place with 45 points is Hyperion and Themis.
In 2nd place with 52 points is Athena. And that means that in 1st place with 52 points is Idea.
It was recently decided that option C would be preferred option for the new Thames crossing.
Option C is located near to Shawn Country Park. It will affect many people living locally to the school.
In a survey of teachers taken today by our students, 12 disagreed with this idea and 3 agreed.
And 5 people didn't know.
Janet and Beth have been finding out more from a local resident and a member of our school staff, Mrs Davies.
So what are your opinions on the new Thames crossing being built?
I live in the village that the new Thames crossing is going to go through the middle of. So I think that we do need a new Thames crossing, but obviously I don't think it should go through the middle of Shawn.
What location do you think would be best? Near the current crossing or further east?
I think that putting it by the current crossing at Dartford may just put more pressure on the M25, but I don't think they've gone far enough east, that it would have made more sense perhaps to go further down and across nearer Canvey Island or somewhere that side of Essex to take more of the traffic away from North Kent.
Okay. Do you think this new crossing will benefit the local area?
In terms of traffic or economy?
Both.
I think initially there will be a lot more traffic. We have a saying in Shawn, we call it Kent under concrete, because in the probably past 15 years we've had the A2 widened, the Wainscott bypass added, and the rail link, and all the while that building is going on, everywhere comes to a standstill, the traffic is even heavier, and we know it has to happen. So in the short term, I don't think it's going to help the economy of the area particularly, apart from the road building, which obviously makes jobs. But from people moving in to commute and things like that, that'd probably be a deterrent for a while.
So you don't think it will reduce traffic?
No, I don't think it will reduce traffic. I think the route that is being proposed, the favourite route, doesn't link the new tunnel with the bypass out to the Isle of Grain. So that means that the traffic is going to be going along a normal A road that is currently 2 lanes with schools and all the other things on the side of it, and I think that's going to get very jammed up. Also, we know that we had teachers this week that were 2 hours late to school at peak time because of one accident on the A2, and the very roads that this traffic will be diverted to will already be jammed up. So I think it's going to make it worse, not better.
Do you feel that this new crossing has any relevance to the new Paramount Park being built in 2020?
From the Paramount Park presentations we've had here in school, there appear to be no new road links to that apart from a few from Ebbsfleet. And the presentations that the people from Paramount have given us have said that they don't believe that there is any more traffic going to use the A2 at peak times because the park won't open until after we've all come to work, and they don't expect people to be moving around at peak time of 5 and 6 o'clock in the evening. So I don't think it gives any consideration to that really, and it probably will impact, Paramount will impact on the roads, but I don't think they've put any of that into the factoring of the road usage that they've got.
Do you think we will need to pay to pass through the crossing when it's...
I'm sure we'll have to pay to pass through the crossing, because if that crossing became free, why would anybody bother to go to Dartford? That would just move all the traffic down to Gravesend.
Okay, thank you for answering our questions.
It's all right, you're welcome.
This year at NSFG, we will be welcoming a range of animals as part of our new school farm. On Tuesday, Georgia and Holly met with Casbahs, who support adults with physical and learning difficulties. A group from Casbahs regularly work in the allotment area of the school, planting a range of vegetables and fruit. The gardeners enjoy being out in the fresh air and looking forward to the arrival of the animals.
Regarding animals, we are expecting our first chickens to be arriving at the end of the month. Geese, sheep and goats will be arriving later in the year. Miss Huddle is excited about using the farm area for use in a range of lessons.
Do you find chewing gum a nuisance? Do you chew chewing gum? A company in London is asking you to recycle your chewing gum. Casey and Amy have looked into this company.
Have you ever found chewing gum under the desk? Have you ever seen the white splodges on the pavements as you walk home?
Chewing gum is a big problem in Britain. It is often left everywhere and doesn't break down easily.
A company in London is recycling chewing gum. It has put up recycling bins and asks you to put your chewing gum in these. Then it takes the chewing gum and makes it into new products.
Currently it makes mobile phone cases, coffee cups, rulers, doorstops and combs to mention a few.
They are now starting to make Wellington boots with their products.
Keep a lookout for anything produced by Gumdrops Limited, and if you see a chewing gum recycling bin, please use it.
Otherwise, make sure your chewing gum goes into the correct bin and not the pavement.
Now over to the sports report with Rachel and Jamie.
Hello, I'm Rachel and this is Jamie. Earlier today we interviewed Mrs Ringrow, the head teacher's personal assistant, about Chatham FC, as her son plays for them. We asked her
what she thinks about how Chatham are currently playing. Her response was she thinks they're playing averagely and hopefully will improve soon.
We also asked her if she supports any football teams in the Premier League, and she said that she enjoys football along with her son. She then added that she supports Chelsea FC, and this is the reason for her daughter's name.
We asked Miss Ringrow, when did your son first start to play football? We found out he started to play football over 10 years ago because he wanted to, and he's still loving it today.
We asked her, how do you feel being a football mum? Miss Ringrow said it can be a pain depending on the weather, especially when it's wet and cold. However, she said seeing them come home with a win is great.
Later, we took some time to interview Miss Selms, and as she is a very dedicated Ebbsfleet supporter. We asked her a variety of questions as she was delighted to talk to us.
How have Ebbsfleet been playing recently? Miss Selms replied that they are doing very well. However, they need to train a little harder in order to ensure promotion. She said that they also need wins, not draws.
Rachel asked Miss Selms if she had a star player, and she said she thinks the team work well together and they don't have a star player. She enjoys watching everyone.
The next question we asked was, how did the Maidenhead game go? And she was unfortunately sad to tell us that the score was 0-0. This looks like bad news for Ebbsfleet, as Maidenhead are 7th on the table, whereas Ebbsfleet are top. Miss Selms also said they should have won.
Ebbsfleet's main threat are Sutton United, as they have postponed 4 games and they can use them at any time as an advantage, as they only placed 12 points behind. We wish Ebbsfleet well for the rest of the season.
Thank you for the update.
And now our broadcast would not be complete without the weather with Ellen and Amy.
Hello, my name's Amy and this is Ellen, and today we're going to be broadcasting the weather. In the southeast, it is cloudy with a chance of showers. In the Gravesend area, temperatures will be at a dull 12 degrees over the weekend. This is the same throughout the southeast. In the north, specifically places like Newcastle and Glasgow, the weather will be cloudy with a chance of high rainfall. Throughout the UK, it is very much winter weather for the month of March, so make sure you have a coat or jacket with you at all times.
This has been Ellen and Amy with the weather. Thank you, and back to Millie and Emily.
Thank you for listening to BBC School Report
2016.